Hi, my name's Darcy and this is the poster I'll be presenting at the EPS meeting in York, examining how we can manipulate contextual factors to help improve innovative problem-solving skills in young children. So, innovative problem-solving refers to the ability to solve novel problems independently using new methods or tools, or using existing methods and tools in new ways. And we know children struggle with this ability until around 8 or 9 years. However, what remains unknown is precisely why they find it so difficult. We also know we can scaffold this ability even in very young children, for example by highlighting object affordances relevant to the task at hand. Yet we equally know that directly transferring knowledge in this way constrains children's discovery learning and creates a passive approach to the tasks. So this study is examining how we can scaffold innovative problem solving using two approaches. One is to encourage exploration and the other is to encourage a child to explain their discoveries live in the moment as they make them. So 83 children aged 5 to 7 have been sampled because we see a lot of variability in performance at this age, so if they do benefit from exploring or explaining, this should be directly observable in the data. Before going further, I just wanted to state that a pre-registration of this study is available via the link on screen now. So moving on to the method, each child completed 2 tasks whereby they were presented with a vertical tube with a teddy token inside which they had to retrieve in exchange for a sticker. And each task is accompanied by both functional and non-functional materials. So task 1, we have the hook task. The functional material is a pipe cleaner. They must bend into a hook to fish out the bucket with the teddy in. And the water displacement task involves a tube half filled with water with a teddy floating on top, and the heavy balls must be inserted to raise the water and raise the teddy into reach. And children were allocated to one of 3 conditions, whereby they explored materials freely for a minute, explained to me how they would use the materials to get the teddy for a minute, or were in the baseline group. And the main variables were whether they got the teddy or not, whether they inserted a functional or non-functional item first, and the time taken to reach success. And the main results here showed no difference between conditions in terms of success, so pass or fail. However, we do have quite a high percentage of pass, so around 50 for the hooks task and around 60% for the water displacement task, which is very similar to what we'd see in 8 to 9 year olds, so is something to look at further. Relatedly, we also saw no difference in terms of the time taken to reach success between conditions. However, it was solved very quickly, so around a minute, which again corresponds with the data we'd see in 8 to 9 year olds. However, we did find a significant preference for using the functional item for the first insertion in the hooks task, only in the explore condition, whereas no other differences here were significant. Reflecting on what all this means, we see that children did not benefit from exploring or explaining beforehand. However, they did have a preference for functional item for first insertion in the hook tool task for explore condition, so that's something that we're going to dig deeper into. And to really go into more detail, we've got some behavioural observation methods being used, looking at the type of verbalisations made, the type of object manipulation and exploration which led to success, and I can speak about these in more detail on the day and answer any questions you have about those. Obviously, because there's a lot to unpack since my sample is very young, 5 to 7, and we're seeing really high performance rates of those mirroring 8 to 9 year olds, so definitely further work needed to drill into what's going on there. And these are the references.